I want to show and tell and talk about clamps. It's not the perfect clamp, but there is one out there. I have a scooter and I have a bike. Well, on the scooter, this is the only area I could place the clamp on, right here. I'm going to lock it down. I'm all set up. Now, I have 4 poles and I have a action camera or 360 camera and I want to put it out towards the end. This is a short pole. It's lightweight. I'm going to attach it, put it onto the bar. I'm going to place it on. We all know about leverage. The further out, the more problems we have. Just watch it. Watch it slowly go down. Now, I have this other clamp. It goes on U-bolt, and you tied it down for motorcycles. And it'll do the same thing. It eventually fall down. So let me take it off of the pole and put it onto a larger pole. I'm going to lock it down. Don't have to be super tight. Watch what happens. It goes right down. If you crank down too hard on these units, they're just still going to slide. So I went out and I got one of these. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to crank down, make this nice and tight, and I'm going to just hold it. And you see it goes right down. And this is made of aluminum. Now you're saying, hey, why don't you put it to the side? It's still going to fall down. I have another clamp. I can't find the 1/4 20 thread or the larger one, and it goes on there. And you could crank down on this, and eventually this will slide down as well. Now all clamps are going to slide down. Insta360 made a tail kit for the bike, and basically it's 2 clamps that you put one and the other. On a scooter, you can't do that, but on a bicycle, you can. Problem with bicycles, they all differ. This is not a 10-speed or a 21-speed. This has a luggage rack. If I take it off the luggage rack, then I could put it down here and get onto the seat bar, which I hardly have any room to bring it out to make that tilt. I have here in the boxes from RGB Tech, hot. Can't find the company online. It's an Amazon purchase, and it's a double clamp. The difference between this clamp and this clamp is it only has one missing gimbal, and it just basically rotates up or down one side. This is a gear clamp, meaning that when I position this in any position and lock it in, teeth grab it and locks it into place. When I make it super tight, don't have to over crank it, everything locks in, doesn't turn. This is a rotatable head, 360 degrees and more. This does not rotate. It does not pivot down, and it does not rotate. That is the downside of this clamp. On the side of the clamp, it's got a notch, locks into the arm for extra security. This clamp was well thought of, but the downside again is that missing one ball head gimbal. If you check online, they make another clamp that this head may come off over here, and it puts onto a 1/4 20 thread. You also have the option of a 1/4 20 thread here. So we're going to put our clamp on, and we're just going to angle it, lock it down. We're not going to over tighten to the handlebar just like we did before. We're going to make this loose, and we're going to adjust. And we can't just rotate up any of these. We have to basically make this work for us. We rotate it to the side like so. And then we lock this down. I want to make sure I'm right where I need to be at, right there. Lock it in, secure enough, and put our pole on. As we place our pole on, leverage. The further out, the harder it's going to be. And this is my test. The pole did not move, and it did not crank this down super hard. That is awesome. What I do want to do is loosen this up. I want to crank this down a couple of notches because I'm going to do the experimental test. I'm going to grab another pole. This is a heavy pole, heavier than this pole, almost feels equal weight with the camera. I'm going to attach the end. I'm going to slide this all the way out, and I'm going to lock this down. Problem here is my scooter may tip over. And here we go. As I let go, it's bringing the handle down. So there is a limitation. Right now, I could crank this down some more, and then I could basically let go. And the problem is this is slipping onto the bar. It's bringing it down, this part here. So let's take this off. Let's see if we have room to put this on the bike. As you can see, I'm having difficulty putting it where I want. I have a handlebar. So what I'm going to do is put it on the handlebar. I'm going to start to lock it down. Metal on metal. Nice and locked down. And it does move. But the problem here, this is not moving at all. Is I'm not going to be using a pole that long. So I did my stress test knowing that this all held up, but it's the clamp that may be problems out there that will slip and slide. Rubber on rubber didn't work. Metal on rubber didn't work for the overweight. I like to put mine over here. My problem now is I have everything in the way. I won't be able to turn this up the way I want, but I'm able to put it to the side like so. I clamp down. I make sure this is on nice and tight. I loosen up and I adjust the way I need it to be. I position it and lock it into place. And then I take my pole, a long one that comes with the Insta360. You can purchase different types of poles. You can purchase carbon fiber, and here we are. Place my pole in, make sure it's out of my way, on a rubber handle, rubber to rubber. I don't have to be super tight. I adjust my camera angle the way I want. I'm on just a little angle and sway side to side, up and down. I feel that is a good test right there. This, for me, does not work because of the ball gimbal being a little bit of rubber, still slipping and sliding due to the weight hanging out the end. This is the better clamp. But the con of the clamp is it doesn't have that extra turn that I could put it here, adjust it, and have it come down in this particular way to sit correctly the way I want. So the choice is up to you to decide which clamps work best for you. And once again, if you found a clamp that works for you for your camera, regular action, regular camera, 360, whatever camera you have, post down below. You could put this on the thin bar, the heavy bar, anywhere imaginable. In this instance, if I want to make this more secured, I put the bar here. If I wanted to lock this on, like so, I can do this and double secure my bar like this and have it really secured and holding into place. Now I got my camera, it shakes a lot less and does a nice job holding on. I hope this video was somewhat helpful to somebody out there that's looking for mounts. I can't go over every single mount, but these are my thoughts out loud saying, hey, I found myself an excellent clamp. If you want to check this clamp out and you think it's right for you, there is a link in the description and in the pinned post, and it will help support my channel. And I want to thank you very much. This clamp costs about $25. You can't go wrong. When these clamps cost more and they fail, but they still do a nice job holding my camera on the front bar and more. I like this type of design. I like the build, the quality and all. And the thing is, I may tear it apart to see if I could change out the head because they make 3 or 4 different types of clamps. And this is the best clamp that I chose for myself. And on that note, I'm Fish, and thank you very much for your time and view.